It's Morphin time! Back to action!
Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be doing a review of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition from the Playmates line, and we're going to do also a comparison with the Legacy Auto Morphin flipping heads and the Hasbro version as well. And these, the new ones, they're calling them head flipping morphing action. So we'll start off with the yellow Ranger. You'll see her packaging, and they're all going to have the same packaging. So here we have Trini, the yellow Ranger, and there you can see her power daggers with her blade blasters in two forms. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. Here in the back it shows you the head flipping morphin action, and then you can see it there flipping to her civilian head. And then here you see the rest of the Rangers, but these, I believe they're the basic action figures, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry. These are the rest of the flip heads, the ones that I have in the back there. They just look like the other ones, the 6-pack that's coming out as well. And here we have the villains. We have Rita, Goldar, and the Putties. Here it tells you a little bit about Trini, so if you want to pause this video to read it, go ahead. All right, so we're gonna just look at the packaging for all of them. Again, it's the same, and then I'm gonna take all of them out of the box, and then we can start from there. Here we have Billy, the Blue Ranger, and here what I've noticed is that with the guys, it does have a open spot here, and the reason for that is because in the back you can test out the flipping head. So you can see if you press this level down like this, you can see there's Billy. So if you press it down, he turns into the Blue Ranger. Press it again. It feels very satisfying, like probably the best one out of the older versions with the flipping. But yeah, here we have his power lance, also his blade blasters in blade form and in gun mode. And it doesn't come with anything else in the box. These are, again, for kids. These are not mainly for collectors, but there's going to be a lot of collectors collecting it, like myself. It's just pretty cool to have Playmates, you know, their first MMPR figures. And I did actually buy doubles of all of them because I wanted to open all of them, you know, display them, do this review, and then keep sealed ones just to have. Yep, pretty straightforward. And then here we have the green, oops, sorry, Zach, the Green Ranger. Now, obviously, this is the most popular one. Also, we have the openings here, and here we go. You're gonna see Tommy's civilian head. There he goes. I think it looks like him a little bit. Not for nothing, the helmets do look a little bit small, but we do have the Dragon Dagger and the Power Blaster in blade mode and in gun mode, and that's pretty much it. Here we can see the flipping head action there as well, and in the back pretty much the same. And if you want to pause there and read Tommy's info, that would be cool. It just basically goes over, it talks a little bit about them, and then Zach, the same. Here we have his power axe and his blade blaster and his gun mode. Pretty cool. The same with the opening in the back. Now we can see Zach's civilian head. There we go. Let's get that closer. It looks like him a little bit. That's very satisfying, the flip head. Compared to the other ones, it just feels different, like very smooth. All right, there you go if you want to pause. All right, that's Zach. And then we have my all-time favorite Ranger, Jason. Here he has his power sword with his blade blaster. Opening there to do the flip as well. Ready? That looks a little bit like Jason. Right? That's pretty cool. And then we have Kimberly, the Pink Ranger. So with this one, with the girls, I don't know why they didn't have the openings in the front or the back, so we can check out their civilian heads. Not too sure why, but Here we go. So you can pause there if you want to read some more information on the Pink Ranger. And again, all these have QR codes. So if you do scan these, you can get to see the rest of the items that the line is offering at the moment. Packagings are the same. And we're going to literally, because there's a lot of figures here, we're going to just jump right into them. All right, let's do this. All right, so here we're going to start off with the Red Ranger. Here we have the little tab where you just press it and it changes into the Red Ranger. There you go. It's a little bit loud, but it does flip pretty quickly, as you can see. Sometimes like the legacy versions of the Hasbros would stay stuck or they won't flip. You have to manually flip them, but this is pretty good. It feels amazing. So I've seen reviews on these figures, and the articulations on these figures are not the best. So with the arms, we can go all the way around, and you can go outward. You can't at all. You can bend the arm like that. Same on this side. There's obviously no crunching area here on the center. The legs they kick all the way up. You can bend on the knee. And the weird part is that, which I've seen a lot, is that you can bend this leg all the way up and it looks like if he broke his leg. This is so weird. And also the kicking doesn't look the best. Like you have to turn this leg a certain way outward for him to like look like he's kicking, but because it's limited here with the legs, you can't really bring it out unless you turn it and you do something like that, which is like, it looks weird kicking like that anyways. But yeah, the articulations on these figures are not the best, and they're all the same. There's nothing special about a particular figure. So that's the one bad part so far. Articulations are not the best. Details on the morpher there, it's okay. You can't really tell that it's a Tyrannosaurus coin there. It looks like just a piece of blob, but they do have some colors around the morpher with the black with the buckle, and yeah, I don't see any paint chips or anything like that. It feels like a toy, like it doesn't feel premium or anything. So, and then we're gonna just take a look at the weapons. Let's see. I mean, he looks pretty good. In person, it looks better than watching them on the TV. Um, yeah, the torso is not as big as it looks on TV. Compared to in person, it looks pretty normal. And then here we have his power sword, which has some detail, missing some colors, but there we have it. Then we can have him hold it like that. The hands are a bit rubbery, so you could kind of bend them if you need to. And then you can just pose them like that. You can't, that's annoying. I wish it would have had like the butterflies at least in the arms to extend that. And then these are the power blaster. It has some details and some paint. Nothing too crazy. And then we have it in blade mode as well. I'm just going to keep that one in his holster. And then this is in blade mode. Perfect. All right, so this is your Red Ranger. Quick comparison with the Red Ranger. So this is the Legacy version. Here you press in the morpher there, but this version you can't. You have to, with this version, you have to do it manually, unfortunately. I don't know why, but and there is the civilian head for Jason. He is a little bit shorter than the new version, as you can see. And the power swords are different colors as well. Articulations on this is way better than the newer version. But with this one, with the legacy one, you can only move the legs up. You can't open them outward, or the only way you can kick is just straight, pretty much. And you can bend your arms like that. So that's which the newer version had those articulations, and then we have the Hasbro version, which is I think the best one with articulations. Oh, okay, so this one doesn't want to work. So there's Jason again. This one is a little bit smaller. This is the tallest one. I think is 6 inches, and these are under that. So I did put an Hasbro Power Sword on this version because I think it just comes with, I think, all white sword. So, but yeah, this articulations are a little bit, well, I would say a lot better. You can technically do the split pretty much. I don't want to mess this up, so, but yeah, he can pretty much do the split. Arms go all the way out. So these articulations should have been in this one because the kids want to, you know how kids play. They want to open the, like, do kicking moves and do all these crazy stuff. So why not? So these are the comparisons of the Red Ranger. Let's do Billy. Blue Ranger. Now here we have the civilian head. Again, this feels really, it's very satisfying. It doesn't stay stuck. So same articulations as the Red Ranger. This one looks good. Again, everything that the Red Ranger version had is the same here as this version. Same thing with the Morpher. You can't really tell if this is Triceratops there in the center. Just missing minor paint jobs. They're like the black lines on the belts. And then thinking the helmet, I think we're missing the yellow eyes on the top there. But as a collector, these are things that we can always fix with some paint. Kids don't have to worry about this because, again, these are for kids, so they're not going to really care about all the details as we would. So that's, let me put them in a civilian head, and then let's have the power lances. They're right here. Nothing too crazy with these. You have some details and not that much paint. And these, well, what's cool about this is that you can connect these together like that, and then he can hold his power lance. This shouldn't be a problem. Perfect. So now we have Billy giving us a little pose, and then we're going to bring the legacy version. Here we have flip heads again. These you have to manually flip the heads, unfortunately. I totally forgot about that. And he's also, in this version, I don't know why they didn't put his glasses here. As you can see in the legacy version, he does have his glasses. I don't know why they did that. This is supposed to be, I believe, the first season of MMPR because, you know, we have the Green Ranger and he did have his glasses then. But small little details that we would figure that out. A lot of kids won't probably know that much about it, but here's the Hasbro version. So see, even in this version, he has glasses. They look like his skin complexion a little bit. But yeah, he has them there. The face looks better, I think, on the newer version. And I also used the Lightning Collection Power Blaster there because these originally came all white. So I decided to change it up a little bit. And also his Power Lance, I gave this to him from the Lightning Collection because I have so many extra weapons. So, and then we have, see, this is the all white. So it kind of comes with that Power Blaster all white. So I decided to just use that. All right, so here you have your blue ranger. All right, so we're gonna have him hang here with the rest. All right, moving along. Let's put your arm down. Let's move on to Zach. Zach. All right. Also, I just remembered. Um, so let's quickly show his civilian head. There he goes. Pretty satisfying. Cool. Very awesome. So what I did forget, we do have his the feet do turn all the way. But again, you can't really do much with that if you can't really articulate. Can you even try to do? Can you kneel down maybe? But you, like you can't. What you gonna do with that? You can't really do much. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up, that the feet do turn all the way. All right. So then we have also his power axe. It looks pretty small. This should have been a little bit longer. And if you guys are thinking, I don't think you can do the what we call it, the power blaster, like where we connect all the weapons together. For some reason, you can't, which is a little bit annoying, but I'm sure we can make it happen. But this is his power axe. Has some details and some paint, which is just the yellow bits there. All right, so then we're gonna have him holding his power axe there. Now we can just, can't even, you gotta be careful with these because they don't articulate. The arms don't go outward like a butterfly. So I almost like went too hard and almost probably broke it. But yeah, so that's his. Actually, I also forgot to put on the play blasters for the rest of them. So let me just do that now. Let's go put it. And then Billy, so Jason has his. Zach has his now. You know, they gotta have all their weapons because you never know what's gonna happen. And then we have here the 93 flip heads from the Legacy. A little quick face comparison. I like this one so far. Hasbro's version is here. Here we have his civilian head. There we go. So these are a little bit similar, but I like the Noir one better. So this is Zach. So I'm just going to reiterate this. So if we had all the articulations from the Hasbro version to the reignition version, that would have been an amazing figure. And also with this version, if it would have had all the shininess and then maybe the height and the feel of the quality of the actual figure, then it would have been a perfect figure. But again, this is not the worst figure ever. Minor things that we can fix as a collector, but again, these are for kids, and I'll try to say that just the last time. They're really not gonna care about it. So, all right. So that's that. So we're gonna have Zach hang out here. I don't know if I'm gonna fit everybody there, but all right. Let's get into the Green Ranger. Here we have Tommy Oliver. Here is his civilian head. Very satisfying. Helmets do look a little bit small, unfortunately. Articulations here are the same. The only ugly things, well, there's a few ugly things with this. Like it's nice that his dragon shield doesn't flip off like the Legacy version, and I'll show you that in a second. But then you see all these lines going across, like it just looks very, very cheap. And then part of the shield, when you turn on the arms here, you can see it goes up as well. Like it looks choppy. and it's not colored inside. I got at least gold, or not even the gold straps here are colored. As you can see, they have the lines, but it's something that I can, paint in at some point. But yeah, that's Tommy. And then we have his dragon dagger. Decent details there. Obviously, it has the wrong colors, but again, if you have this and you want to make it screen accurate, you can do that. Now, this handle here is huge. Like, you can't even put the dagger in his mouth so he can summon the dragon Zord. So, oh my god, these legs are a little bit weird. All right, so here we have the Legacy version and the Hasbro version. You can't flip the head because of the shield, unfortunately. So if you want to do that, you have to remove it and then flip his head if he wants to. I guess he doesn't today. And then you can put it back on. And then there you have Tommy. Now with the Legacy version here, you Jesus. And again, you can't, it doesn't do it by itself. You have to manually do it, unfortunately. And then you can always put the shield back like that. And there you have all your Tommy figures. Let's compare the faces. Okay, I don't want to poke you in the eye with the dragon dagger. Here we have the face. Hands down, I think the Reignition version looks better than all of them. This is the Legacy one. And the Legacy version, the head looks pretty small. This one looks pretty fair size. Even though the helmet on this looks a little smaller. Like with that big torso. So here, I'm just gonna put you to the side, my friend. All right, so I did, when I unboxed everything and I looked at the girls, right? For some, I don't know if this is a thing because I didn't see these yet, unboxings. But when you flip, it doesn't do anything. I think you have to do them manually. I don't know if it's because of the mechanism, maybe, that they couldn't fit in because, it's a girl figure, so they can't have the chest of the guys because they're really wide and big. So, and I was like, well, let me see Trini. And Trini, she doesn't do it as well. So I don't know if that's either broken or it's something that you have to do manually, like the Legacy version. So you do it manually. So basically you put the civilian head, right? Oops. That's annoying. And annoying is going to be for the kid as well. And then you press the button and then they flip back. So the same articulations, you can't do anything different, same as the guys. You can't really lift up her leg because of her skirt, unfortunately, which sucks. So this is as much as you can go. You can't do much at all. So that sucks for the girls. Well, especially for Kimberly because she has the skirts. We're going to put this power blaster there. And then Kimberly comes with, it looks like the Lightning Collection Powerball. There you go, straightforward. Nothing crazy, but let's see. Let's see if we can get this in. Her hands. Yeah, her hands are a little bit too small to hold this, but I mean, you're able to. So let's see. We can barely open up her legs to stand. So let's bring in the other Pink Rangers. So here again, we have to do this manually. Let's actually just put her civilian head. Oh my god, this is a little bit crazy. Now her civilian head, it looks pretty good. All right, and then here's the Hasbro's. Here, I don't know. I don't know. Now that I'm looking at it, I was like, why is her hair that color? This is not Catherine. I don't know. It should be Kimberly. I can't believe I can't remember. But it look, I mean, the hair just looks kind of blondish a little bit. But anyways, here we have these civilian heads. There, I think the best one is the reignition one. Let's see, compare with the legacy one. Eh, it's okay. This one looks a little bit nicer. So that's Kimberly. We'll put her to the side for the moment. And we're gonna look at Trini. Again, with Trini, you have to manually flip her head. That's a decent Trini there. Looks like her. All right, I'm gonna leave it just like this so I can compare to the other one. So Trini can kick. Again, you gotta move their leg outward in order to make a side kick, which a bit weird. You can't turn the head. They're not movable because it's a flip head mechanism that you can't do that. So all right, so let me get in the legacy version. Let me see if we can stand pretty good. All right, so let's put the power blaster in the holster, and then let's get, this is her legacy version of the flip head. Jesus. And then this is the Hasbro version. So we can flip there. That is not a great civilian head for Trini, in my opinion. And then here we have, see, this is better than the Hasbro version, I think. Like here, she looks a bit weird. There looks a little bit like her. And then the newer one definitely looks like her. So that's pretty nice. And then we're going to show off her power daggers, which they're actually pretty nice. They were straightforward, has a little bit of detail, and it has the right paint. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can put these in her hands. All right. It's pretty thick though there. Should have been a little bit like the Lightning Collection version maybe. Because it's definitely going to stretch out the hands a bit much. But that's just me. Again, kids are not going to really care about that stuff. All right, so that's a Trini. Oops, don't fall. So just a few cons on these figures. Like definitely the girls. Like I don't know why they decided to not flip and just make it like the original ones. Like I said before, maybe it's because the mechanism inside, if they were to use the guys, their chest would be just big like theirs, which it would look awkward, which I get. So that's probably it. If you guys know, just put them down in the comments. Also, the articulations are not that great. But other than that, I mean, I'm personally, I'm gonna just put them on display. I'm not gonna play with them. But yeah, they're gonna definitely look cool, and I'm planning on putting them with their civilian heads because their helmets look a little bit small. So, and I'm gonna put them probably together with the new Megazord. So there you have it, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition Automorphin Flip Heads. So yeah, these are, I mean, they look pretty good. I like them. I don't, love them, but and there's some minor things that I can upgrade on them, like some paint stuff, details, and stuff like that. But I think they're gonna be awesome for kids. If you guys have any questions, just put them down in the comments. This was fun. There's more videos to come. My next video should be the villains. We're gonna do an unboxing and review of the Rita, Repulsa, and Goldar, which I have here, and then also I'm waiting for one of the putties to come in today actually. So do a review on the villains and just do a comparison with like the Lightning Collection Goldar and Rita, Repulsa, and a putty, even though they're different height size, but just wanted to show you guys the evolution from like the before figures and then now to, you know, the new figures. All right, guys. So that is it. Again, put them down in the comments if you have any questions. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon like that. You guys get notified when I do post a new video. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Ariel Diaz. Peace.
The world is very lucky to have you, and so am I. May the power protect you, always.